Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave, and one of the things that, there we go, stop, great. One of the things about me that is well known is that I'm a hat guy. I love hats. I have dozens and dozens and dozens of hats. I have regular everyday wear hats that I grow attached to. Sometimes they get malformed by the rain or by weather or by mistreatment by me. And so I'm going to repair a couple of hats today. I'm going to attempt to repair a couple of hats today in this video. The first one is my normal everyday wear hat. Hold on, I'll bring it in. This is my normal everyday hat. This is it's a big hat. It's a lot of hat. I love this hat. This is a Resistol Open Road. It is old. I bought it. It was already old when I bought it. It comes from the Cowpuncher's Palace in Decatur, Georgia, where you bought the hat, where you B-O-T the hat. I found this. I knew I wanted a Resistol Open Road style hat. I found this online, and yeah, it does. This one might need a little reshaping soon. It's kind of getting a little. You wear one of these in the rain, and the rain does what it will to the hat, and then the hat often needs a little bit of recovery. This one's doing great. But I love the Resistol, and I went looking for other Resistols, and I found a straw, a fiber Resistol made of straw that I really liked, and I bought it on eBay. It was a pretty good price, except they shipped it to me in a manila envelope. I mean, it arrived like this. It was just a terrible, it's a terrible crime to do to a hat. So I want to try and get this hat to be somewhat wearable. Right now, yeah, it's not really wearable. This isn't a wear it out hat. This is a what happened to you hat. What kind of walk of shame is this? And in order to facilitate the repair of this hat, I'm going to use a steamer. Now, in the past, I have used a professional fabric steamer. I have to take my fabric steamer apart. I pull off the main cord, and I have to, it's a whole thing to actually get it to steam hats. And you don't have to go this far, right? Like, you can do all the hat steaming you want with a tea kettle. There are plenty of YouTube channels that and guide sites for hat owners that show you how to use a tea kettle to do everything that you need to do. But I wanted something a little more dedicated, and this just arrived in the mail a few days ago. This is a Jiffy steamer. This is model J2, serial number, it doesn't matter, but it's model number J2. And these are regularly on eBay. The trick is I bought one without any of its accoutrements, and I got it for a really cheap price. I think like around 60 bucks, which is a great price for one of these. And I ordered a bottle from them, but it hasn't come because it's only like $8 for the bottle, but it hasn't come yet. So I'm gonna keep topping up the water reservoir here while this goes, and I'm going to use it to try and bring this hat back to life slowly. I've set up a mirror over here so I can see myself. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be a tricky one. I must tell you, I'm a little nervous with this because I really don't know that I'm going to be able to succeed making this hat something I want to wear. There's a really specific language of cowboy hats. And I don't mean like a language of communication, but I mean that there are rules that I understand that exist for how cowboy hats flow and how the brim comes up. And there are, I don't mean there are rules, but I mean there is like a, well, it does feel like it's a language. It feels like it's a design language that I don't quite understand. I know what works on me, but that doesn't mean I understand how hats should be formed to fit one's head, etc. So we're going to fire up the steamer, and I'm going to try and learn about hat making on your dime. Let's get started. So I want you. That's great. So then all the drainage happens here. I can capture it. And I mean, I'll play around with what this actual business end looks like. doesn't really matter. Steam's just going to come out of there. First up, I think we can start by fixing some of the wire around the brim here while it's heating up. I'm just going to try and bend this wire so it's at least something consistent. Yeah, you're starting up. There you go. And this is just going around using the law of averages to kind of find a bend and unbend it. Anything that feels funny to my hand as I'm going over. Yep. There we go. So we can start to heat this up and see if it can relax a little bit. And really, I believe in this first pass, I'm just trying to see if the steam can sort of get out some of these corners that are in here. Ooh. Right there. That's it. Oh, hey, you spitting water at me? That's bad. I don't like that. Yeah, so the moment I get it soft with steam and I run my fingers over it, I'm able to kind of massage out some of these corners, which is nice. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to wash my hands. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, it's still a horror show. This isn't working as well as I was hoping it would work, but we'll see. We'll keep on working at it. By the way, this type of hat is a resistol self-conforming, and this comes from Al's Boots and Saddlery in Ames, Iowa. Sorry, that's not where I bought it on eBay. That's where it was originated. So I'm having good luck by steaming the area around the creases that I don't like and just sort of running my hands up on the inside to sort of even them out so they don't catch the eye so much. That really is helping. It's slow going. Okay, let's see how this goes. Nope. Frankly, that's not bad. And I kind of, yeah, so when I do this, I end up with this, yeah, see, the question is, do we go all the way up or do we go down on this a little bit? And the answer is I'm not exactly sure. I have an opinion. All right, this back part still looks like a tumor. It's not a tumor. Okay, so that is the straw. I'm going to let this one sit for a little bit and think about what it did. I am going to bring over a platform. And now I'm going to work on a different hat. So back in 2019, I was heading to a Discovery event announcing my new show, Mythbusters Junior and Savage Builds. And I was walking, it was one of those things where I had like an extra 2 hours to kill. So I decided to walk across Manhattan, and I was walking up past Houston Street, and I went into this little hat store, and I bought this hat, and I loved this hat. And then this hat, as you can see, got a little misshapen by the rain, and it kind of lost what I loved about it. And then last night, I was watching the amazing There Will Be Blood, and I noticed that Daniel Day-Lewis's incredible characterization of Daniel Plainview, his character Daniel wore this hat. And then I was watching Cinema Tyler, one of my favorite YouTube channels, and he was showing costume fittings of Daniel Day-Lewis wearing different hats. It was super awesome. And I was just thinking about my hat, and I was thinking, you know what, it's time to break my hat back out again and like try and get it working. And by that, I mean, I want to even out all of this malarkey. I don't have to clean it. I like the dirt on this. This is a Biltmore, it's a Biltmore Hunt Club. Doesn't say anything more than that. 100th anniversary. Yeah, it doesn't have any other markings in here. It's a terrific hat. I really dig this hat. And I'd like to put it back into regular rotation. So I'm going to fire up the steamer, and I'm going to try and get this hat back to some semblance that I like. And that is, I'm going to try and even out this to be, yeah, and it's the perfect size. So I'm just trying to get the brim to be a little more cooperative. So we're just going to lay this down so I'm not laying the hat on something filthy. Moderately dirty. It's the best I can do in here. And yeah, we're gonna fire this steamer up, and we're gonna attempt to get this hat to some cooperation. Let's try this. What the steam does is it softens the glue that is the binder between the tiny hairs of rabbit fur or beaver felt or other felt that make up a hat. The reason the hat is cohesive or has cohesion to be a material like felt is specifically, oh, so you spit all over it. The reason the hat has cohesion is because tiny bits of glue are grabbing tiny hairs all around it in this matrix. And the steam goes and softens that and allows you to reshape the hat a bit. And I'm just trying to get it to a more pliable state. I've also done this just by spraying it down with water and like sitting it, but you know, I wanted to go more of a professional hat steamer route here. So my hat steamer already has an issue, which is that it spits water. And water's not necessarily a problem. It's just not great. Oh, I get it. All right, I think I understand something intrinsic about my steamer. Again, I'm just moving through, trying to soften it all up. I kind of want to make them. I have an idea. The first thing I'm going to try is adding my own bottle to this. So yeah, I'll get some B-roll of what it looks like in here. But there's in here, how do I put this? When you take a bottle and you put it in a vial of its own liquid, right? It prevents the bottle from emptying out. We understand that mechanism. In here is a stop for the water level. And at the stop, it doesn't bubble. But if I fill this all the way up, well, that goes higher and presents more water pressure or more head pressure, which causes it to spit water. So long way of saying, I'm going to fill it with my bottle here and turn it on. And now I think that it will not spit any more water on me, which is great. Secondly, I'm going to, let's just take a look at this. This is significantly better. Significantly better. However, I am going to, I want to get something even better. So I'm going to make it a mold. Bandsaw noises. Make sure I can see where the water level's at. That's great. And I'll tell you, it stiffens the hell out of it. I think I'm gonna pull the liner. I'll glue that liner in again later. And I'm gonna take out the crushed crown. I'm gonna take out the crown's, what do you call it? So technically, you don't need to order the bottle from the Jiffy Steamer guys. You could literally use a 2-liter soda bottle if you wanted. So we're gonna steam out this guy as well. I think that's great. One thing is that steaming it is causing this hat to stiffen back up again when it cools down, which is great. Hats can get floppy with wear. And look, I care so much about hats, I'm super nervous about modifying mine like this. At the same time though, there aren't a lot of places that will reblock your hat. That can be hard to locate. Okay, that's feeling better and better. I don't mind the dirtiness. I don't need to clean the hat. The dirt is, you know, for me, always part of the narrative. Sort of massaging out the details so I can add in my details later. Adding a little steam right along the crown of the crease that I'm trying to remove, and then putting my palm behind it while rubbing this pint of acrylic paint that I've got here. Okay, so with that like that, I am now going to try and again mess with this brow a bit. Plenty of water, plenty of that. So let's go in and do some steaming. It's feeling pretty soft. Yeah, see it feeling even softer. All right, I'm just gonna keep on going here a little bit. I wanna turn it quickly now so I keep the heat on it. That's my thinking. Like you can turn too slowly so that one part cools down while the other part's heating up. Okay. That feels like it's getting real soft. This is great. Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's just see if that works. See? I might have done it. Well, I mean, it made a perfectly flat brim. The question is that what I want? Oh, right. Okay, so. Yeah, see, I wonder. Yeah, see, I just wonder about a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Okay. Okay, I want to try one more thing, which is I feel like this is a little too much roll, so I'm going to try steaming it again, and I'm going to try pushing that down and this down to get a little bit more of a flat. That's just to see if I can get that. My hat size is 58 centimeters or 7 1/4. And that's actually how I often find hats. I go on eBay and just search 58 centimeter hat because there's something I really hate, which is finding a hat I like that's not in my size. That makes me a little crazy. So I often, so that's how I found my big old Resistol Open Road. I just searched Resistol Open Road 58 centimeters. And we're just gonna spin this for another minute or two to get it all softened up. Yep, and I'm working on mostly towards the inside so I can get a flat takeoff from that, from the brow, from the brim, instead of the swoopy porch that it was providing. It's feeling pretty flippy floppy, to quote the Talking Heads. Okay, let's try. Let's see how that does. What a still frame. What is he doing? Why is he doing it? What does he think will happen? The nice thing is about the steam is that it cools down quickly and hits its shape quickly, honestly. I kind of see why hat makers like this stuff. Now my hat band itself is getting a little bit loosey-goosey, but I can tighten that up with a needle and thread later. All right, let's see, see. Wow, okay, so that doesn't work. That got me some funkiness. So I was overstressing the felt and I ended up with this kind of business. Yeah, that doesn't work at all. So we're gonna go back to not trying to make the brim takeoff too sharp. I have hat stretcher here. This, yep, great. We're just gonna put the hat stretcher in to make sure it doesn't get any narrower. Wonderful. I always love thinking of the people who really understand the craft that I'm experimenting with, watching my videos and being like, oh, bud, if you only knew this thing. And I know a lot of you all pop up in the comments and give me guidance and stuff like that, and I super appreciate it. Because I know that there's so many things I don't know institutionally about how hats respond. You know, when you do this every day, you get a feel for it that's substantively different than, you know, your average punter. Really hope I can get this hat back to something I love. Ooh, oh yeah, getting hot on my hands. Let's do that. And let's come back to that. Okay, let's crush this. Let's crush this puppy. I like this deeper cut than this, so I'm just going to come in here and get that fold the way I want it. I'm getting really pleased with how this is going. Yeah, I know it's not super clean. Let me see. I don't think I need to steam anymore, but I do think I need to do some hat cleaning. Let me see what I've got. Okay. Water repellent, yes. Light fabric cleaner. Okay, so I just want to get rid of some of the discoloration there. Okay, let's work on steaming this while this thing dries. Ooh, that was bad. I'm also a big believer that there should be more hats in the world. People should be wearing more hats, and they should be wearing better hats, frankly. I love hats. I love what they do. I love the way they add to an outfit. I love the personality of hats. I love the practicality of hats. As someone who can't stand the sun, and my fair skin makes it an adversarial relationship at best, hats are a lifeline for me. And when I say better hats, I just mean, like the cheap wool mass market hats. There are better hats out there. There's a wonderful store here in San Francisco called Abe Fits, and he's got some beautiful hats that aren't like any other hats. He's over in North Beach. Oh yeah. Okay, this is improving. Let's see here. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. It's a nice summer hat. Pull that off. I will say what I've noticed is one of the biggest one of the biggest shifts was specifically just evening out the wire brim of this. It had the most effect on it. But this is great. That is a really nice, lightweight summer hat. This is still a problem. It's still a problem. All right, we're gonna work on that in a minute. Right now, I'm gonna go back to this guy. What is this, you ask? This is my new favorite thing. A little handheld heat gun. Doesn't put out a lot of heat, puts out just enough. I just learned about these working in Tom's sax studio. They're only like 12 bucks. We'll include a link in the description. All right. Well, yeah. I recognize that what I did is not like a full hat restoration by any stretch. I'm leaving some sweat stains and stuff on the brim here because I like them. I am going to use some preservative on here. There it is. I recognize this is not a full hat restoration, simply because there are aspects that I left that a respectable hat reblocker and cleaner would not let stand. But that's fine because I make my, I'm adjusting my hats for me and my wear patterns. And I like my hats a little bit worse for wear. But this feels like it's nice to have this hat back. The brim is straight and yeah. I'm pleased. I'm going to give it a little bit of some guard more. So what I used here was, I used some Ultra X Light powdered hat cleaner. This is from Bickmore, and also from Bickmore, I'm using their Guardmore repellent, stain repellent. This allows my hats to be a little more resilient in the rain. We're going to make one more pass on this one while I've got the other two drying. They're stiffening, as it were. I'm just gonna try and do what I can to take out these last, like this, right? Like, how do I show it to you? Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, see that? Like, none of that's leaving. All right, I'm calling this hat finished. I'm very happy with it. Yeah. I want to give you some advice. If you are thinking about wearing a hat, my advice is go get a hat, go wear it, go try on a bunch of hats. Bring your partner. Your partner liking your hat matters. It does. They'll also be able to see you in your hat in a way you can't see your hat. But here's the thing I want to tell you about a hat is a new hat takes like a month, maybe a couple weeks on the inside to become part of you. You got to wear it for a while until the hat and you come to an agreement. There's a hatness. You gotta bring yourself to the hat, and the hat's got to come to you, and it's got to be part of your routine. And there's it's like an awkward phase. It's like growing your hair out or cutting it back, one of those two. But this was not an expensive resistol. Again, this was a 4-star genuine Shantung Panama resistol. This isn't like, they're not super spendy hats, but I really like this. As a summer hat, this is great. My hat is dry, it's stiff. It's time to put a liner in it. It's time to replace the liner in it. We are going to, oh, right, I'm gonna heat this up. Oh, I know what I need. I know what I need. I'm being dumb. An iron. And I have one. I would like a light on my irons so I could see them, that they're on. All right. Come here, hat. Just gonna do some dots of glue around here. Flip the rim upside down and kind of hold it all together. Oh, right. I'm not trying to add a lot of hot glue to this equation. Just enough. All right, let's see if I can do this. Oh, I'm pleased to have my hat back. Yeah, that's good. That was literally like the thinnest film of hot glue around there, just to hold the inside of the brim of the liner to the liner, so no hot glue got on the felt at all. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back in rotation. I missed this hat. Thank you, No Country for Old Men, for reminding me of why I wear hats and why I like them. And thank you guys for joining me for this one-day build, show and tell, Skillshare. One of those. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, I will see you next time. Coda. First up, the hat steaming went great on this hat. Yeah, it's a little dirty, but that's the way I like it. But even more importantly, I added some hat stiffener to this, and I really, I have to tell you, I did not approach re-steaming and blocking this hat because I was nervous I wouldn't be able to succeed at it, and I like this hat. And I'd rather have it be a hanging chad out there of something still to do than something I did and really messed up. But what's nice to say is that this hat's now back in regular rotation. I'm going to park the cowboy hat for a while because I really like wearing this one. So this is this is a very successful part of the hat steaming. However, that being said, there we go. That being said, this one, interesting. Yeah, see, there's stuff I don't know. Not only is there stuff I don't know about how to shape a brim, but I don't know if you can see here. Let me give a harsh side light here. There you go. See all that creasing? See that? Look at all that. I worked really hard to get rid of all of that, and I really couldn't succeed at it. Even down to yeah. So, hat makers, share with me a secret or two about how to get folds or creases out of this. Yeah, I know I could go look at YouTube, but I want engagement in the comments. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this steamer of a hat video. Yeah, no, I'm super pleased about this. I'm super pleased. It feels great. It's like a great size. Just super happy. Put your hats on, go outside, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us even further, you can by becoming a tested member. Details are, of course, below, but it includes all sorts of perks, and we're building them all the time. You get advanced word and behind-the-scenes photos of some of our projects. Questions, you get to ask direct questions during my live streams, and we have some members-only videos, including the Adam real-time series of unbroken, unedited shots of me working here in the shop. They are weirdly meditative. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one.